Sorry about the earlier hiccup, but Avram Grant has managed in many countries around the world at the highest level in the UEFA Champions League, and also he's handled national teams in Thailand and elsewhere before. He's now the coach of Ghana, and having qualified the team to another AFCON, we are expecting that Avram Grant will be speaking about things as important as the starting 11 and also about how the team is going to win. Instead, he has been seemingly making excuses for why things are not working. Today, we want to ask, is Avram Grant being set up for failure? On the phone is former national team player Augustine Ahemfo, who is always on point with his very, very open views. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Gary.
Yes, the press conferences before the game against Rwanda this weekend and the press conference after the game against Rwanda said a lot about the way Avram Grant is thinking. He's not a happy man, and already he has been warning us about the fact that if we don't take care, things that happen in Brazil will be child's play if we don't sort it before Gabon. Do you think that we as a nation are setting Avram Grant up for failure with all the problems going on?
Thank you very much. I mean, when you are given a job, you are given the amenities or whatever have you to be successful. And so, for now, you can say that with all the problems that is confronting the team, one could say that probably if we don't have the results, then we cannot blame him. Because we all envisaged winning the Nations Cup. That is how come we employed him. And I think it's a condition that at least by 2017 we should lift the cup, even though we are not the Almighty God. But we have in mind of arriving at that goal. And so for now, whatever is happening, one could say that. And we should not allow this thing to happen. Personally, I think I've always said that communication problem is what is affecting us. If we should address that issue and address it well, we'll be happy altogether.
Right. When Avram Grant is given the job, like you said, he was given, as you put it, amenities, but I'm sure you meant resources and authority to be able to execute the job. We are seeing a case where, for example, the sports minister is asking him to select players in a certain way. The GFA are also unable to sort out issues of ticketing and so on, even though it is not their job to do. If he can't be assured of peace of mind for his players and they don't perform there, do we have any right to say that it is his fault, or should we blame ourselves?
Of course you can't. Professionally, no one can decide to select a particular team or ask a coach to select a particular team to represent the nation professionally. And so that argument of the minister asking the coach to select a particular group of players, I have not had the opportunity to speak to the minister myself personally. But from what I have read and listened to, probably there was a discussion on that line. But to ask the coach to just select locally based players, for me, I don't think it is right professionally. Because, one, we are playing the World Cup qualifiers in some weeks' time from now. And then also the African Cup of Nations is upcoming in January. So one could say that the coach is going to use this as a preparation match towards the Nations Cup or the World Cup qualifier itself proper. And so to select, or to say that he should select locally based players, I beg to differ on that.
Right.
What we could have done, if indeed we did not have money, was to maybe have an arrangement with the coach that, okay, bring a number of foreign-based players and add up a bit. Because at the end of the day, you need only 18 players to make the team sheet. And so you could probably told the coach at the time that bring 10 players and then add up local players, so that because we don't have money. But we can also insist on the coach to bring local players alone. That will mean that we don't expect him to be successful. And we've always relied on our foreign-based players when it comes to the national team. Since most of us became professionals.
Yeah.
So it becomes very, very, very difficult when you are in a fix like that.
Okay.
It becomes an uneasy situation for you. But as I heard the coach say that the field was not watered and all that, that's why I know the coach could have insisted or asked for the pitch to be watered.
He said he did ask for it, and he was told that they don't have the 800 Ghana cedis needed to be able to provide the funding and the resources to do that.
Yeah, I heard him say that. That's why I'm saying that. But you see, you are going to use the pitch, and when the team does not have the resource, you, the coach, is going to be blamed.
Yeah.
And so, if you've asked that they should water the pitch and it's 800 Ghana, say they don't have money, at least I don't know who that he spoke to. He could have spoken to the FA itself that, look, these people don't have money for the stadium watering because they claim the ministry doesn't have money. Can't we get 800 Ghana because I need the pitch watered?
Okay. All right.
On this particular time because the field is so hard, I want to be softer. I don't think the stadium groundsmen were the ones who were supposed to. You could always ask as a coach, because as a Wenger, I know that after every warming up, the field is watered before they come out to play.
Sure.
Whether you like it or not. So the coach could have insisted, even though there was no money. I personally, August, if I was consulted, probably could have given 800 Ghana for that purpose because I would not want to see a player
let me just chip in that he did say also in that interview, and we might play it later, that at the time he found out it was a bit too late, but if he knew earlier, he would have paid himself. So that's the background.
Yeah, but I saw the pitch being watered in the second half.
Yes, which is why he said that he saw it late and he asked it to be done later.
Gary, that is how come before the match you come onto the field and come and inspect the field, isn't it?
Well.
The team came out to inspect the pitch, isn't it?
Sure.
Did the coaches come out to see whether it was watered or not? Because at that time you could easily notice that it is watered or not.
Mm.
I don't want to apportion blames here.
Sure.
But it is always good that we ask. You see? Even in the Bible, it says, ask and it shall be given. If you ask and it's not available, there's always a way to go around it. There is always.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Augustine, thank you very much for your time. Always a pleasure having you and your opinions. So that is Augustine Ahemfo, former Black Star striker, giving us some perspective on Avram Grant's press conferences this weekend. They've been pretty interesting as well. And through it all, we've been asking a simple question. The larger picture is that the sports ministry and the Ghana Football Association have not been having a good time in terms of communication and all. So we put up a poll on Twitter this weekend, and the question was simple. Who is responsible for the negative feeling toward the Black Stars at the moment? Don't forget that we had 4,233 people go to see Ghana against Rwanda. 4,233 people in a stadium that takes about, 40,000 people. That's just 10%. And according to our records, this is the lowest turnout for a Category A game in 10 years in Ghana. That is bad. So this is the question we asked. And this is the results we got. 48% of you who voted felt that the players themselves, the GFA, and the sports ministry are to blame for the negative feeling towards the Black Stars. 9% of you felt that it's the players themselves who are responsible. 31% of you feel that it's the GFA, and 12% of you feel that it's the sports ministry. So a quick opinion poll that we had there. And for this one, we have just over 571 people voting. I mean, Ghana has a population of over 25 million, but 500 people on social media is quite representative, isn't it? So that's it for the sport for now. If you have more thoughts, you can head over to our social media pages and let yourself be heard. On Joy Sports GH on Twitter and on Facebook at Joy Sports. That's it for now. My name is Gary Al Smith. Let's keep the discussion going.